ThorpePark, Fright Night. Here we go. We visited the incredible, from what I've heard, ThorpePark Fright Nights. I have never been to Fright Nights. Why has it took me so long? I have no idea, but wow. That is how you put on a show. Now, straight off the bat, we actually couldn't get the full day ticket. We had to get the 2 o'clock start it was. And I'm glad that we did because we went on a very busy day. COVID? What's COVID? Jesus, man. I mean, everything was a 70-minute queue for all the rides. So, to be fair, we only went there for the scare mazes and the scare zones and the entertainment as it is. They did not disappoint one bit. Straight off the bat, 2 o'clock came along and we decided not to do any rides because, let's be honest, yeah, 70 minutes. It's not happening. So we hanged out for, I think it was like till 3 o'clock. They had this show near the bus near Colossus. It was incredible. You know, they had like these cheerleaders dancing along and it was great and stuff. And they said, yeah, we're heading towards Amity. We're heading towards Amity. I was like, where are we going? Okay, we'll follow you. So we're following these kind of cheerleaders and we head towards Stealth where they put this on, this incredible show. I mean, the choreography in this is amazing and it's just great. The music, what they've picked was amazing. And the fact that you got Stealth zooming through this entire show was amazing. It got everyone singing, it got everyone dancing, even my foot was going with the beat and stuff. That's all I can do, guys. Oh my gosh, thank you so much. I had, though, the feeling of it was kind of Universal kind of style, which I have no problems with at all. They all spoke American. They had cheerleaders thing cracking off, even the American bus. So if that's clearly that's the direction you were going for, and it kind of worked. The only disappointing thing I had with this is that they had yellow dots for self-distancing, so you didn't kind of see it all. We watched the show twice. It was the show started at 3 o'clock. But it just kind of, I don't know how they would have done it. I just think it was really weird. So young kids couldn't really see, and they had this little tiny yellow dot, and it was kind of like, stay on that yellow dot, guys. But there's a family of 7 or 6 or 8, everyone on that yellow dot. So it didn't kind of work. So yeah, that was the only downfall. And because it was such a good show as well, you know, you had to go and see it again, and we did. The showings was 3 o'clock, and I did say to the guy, I want to see the showing again. When is it? And he was like, yeah, 5 o'clock. I went, sorry, I thought you said 5 o'clock there. No, he did. So I have to wait another 2 hours for this show. Okay, fair dues, you know. It did kind of blew me back a bit that I have to wait 2 hours for a show. Usually, I think they're every hour, every half an hour. But, you know, they have to be in certain areas, I suppose. But overall, 10 out of 10. For that, I think the one near the Colossus was okay, but when they mixed in with the Alpha, I want to say Alpha, it's so bad, I can't think what they're called. Oh my gosh, well, call them Team Red. When you see Team Blue mixing with Team Red, oh my gosh, great it was. And they never lost character. I mean, they spoke to us as well in this whole kind of weird aspect. They kept jumping in front of the camera and everything. Oh, finally. Oh, Fright Nights, you got it, guys. Spot on. So, okay, we leave there. Now we are heading towards some of these scare zones because our mazes are not till 7 till 8. And it's a good job we did it at that time. I'll explain in a bit. So it gets to about 5 o'clock and now we are heading towards Swarm. We think to ourselves, it's got a, believe it or not, a 5-minute queue. So we're like, what's happened to the 70 minutes? Where's everyone gone? This is madness. So we're heading towards Swarm, and they have Swarm Invasion, where you have these guys and these machine guns. I've seen it in a few videos as well. Incredible. I love the whole, and they've got microphones. They've all got microphones. I can hear them. It's great. You know, that's all it takes. Bit of microphone in. Microphone in. That's just a random word. Where's that come from? Wow. And you've got these people with banners saying, you know, the end of the world and all this. Like, it was great. It was. And they got these, like, this mental guy. And you try and film him, and he kind of shies away from it all. And not one single person kind of came out of character. I mean, they must have had about 5 or 6 people in the Swarm Invasion area itself. All you hear is just people running around screaming. We did this also in the daytime. We also did it in the nighttime as well, and it works both ways regardless. And it's such good fun just to see everyone's reaction, where you see these mental people like chasing them after him, and it's brilliant, absolutely top notch. I'll head towards the Fearstival Arena, or Fearstival Arena, I think it's called. They have a stage there. It's where the Darren Brown ghost train is, and wow, these actors were really good. They had one particular where it was like a mummy kind of look, and it had like an eye, and it had like a contents in it, but it's how it was moving. Oh my gosh, it was amazing. I mean, overall, hands down, the actors in there, they must have had about, oh my gosh, over 10 actors, 10, 15 actors just in that one particular area. And they had the stage there, so they have a showing, which we did watch later on during the night, where they had this spectacular fire thing going on. Oh, it was just amazing. It really was. And you could stay there as long as you want. You get some good shots. They interacted with everyone. They had like these stores as well, which was great. They had like a person telling you, I don't know, with their cards, like the what's it called? Card readers there as well, all dressed up. 10 out of 10. I'm telling you now, absolutely fantastic it was. However, though, we kind of looked at the time and we thought, we've got 15 minutes. Shall we go through Creek Freak Unchained? Wow. If you don't like chainsaws, get the fuck out. This was amazing. Did make me laugh though. One woman said, because I have my big camera with me and it's on a gimbal and all this, like, the woman was like, great gear. Has no idea. Oh man, I was just absolutely howling. You know, they were rude. They were in your face. How close they were to you with them chainsaws. How they do not. Oh my gosh. Even Lewis was freaking out, to be fair. Even I was like, wow, that's super close. Well, you could just smell petrol. I think I got a headache due to the high of fumes of petrol. I'm telling you now, straight off the bat. But it's incredible at night time. It really is. And all you hear in that one particular area is screaming and shouting and running around and stuff. It's just weird how, you know, that whole area is just for kids, and then they shut it down at 3 o'clock and it's showtime. And that's another thing as well, which I love about it. 3 o'clock comes along and it's kind of like, that's it, horror time. Let's rock and roll. Music kicks in, the lights come on. I love it. I'm already in. And this was even before we did the mazes, you know, and the whole atmosphere of it all. And it's exactly what I wanted. I've seen so many videos. I've heard so many reports about it all. And now I'm finally here experiencing it for myself. Absolutely brilliant. 7 o'clock comes along and our first maze that we do is platform 15. And you kind of walk through this ridiculously long tunnel. I mean, that whole saying of, you know, there is light at the end of the tunnel. This is a long friggin' tunnel. You kind of stand there and there's a woman there with a lamp and she kind of says like, she tells a story. I have no idea what she's saying, unfortunately. It's not because she's talking really quietly, but she's got this mask on. You hear screaming on the other side. You got roller coasters kicking off, and it's literally all outside it is. And you kind of crawl into this tunnel, and then you're just walking. Now, I'm going to say straight out the bat, 2 of these mazes, well, the only 2 there is, don't wear white trainers. There's my tip, because it is all outside, it's muddy as hell, and it wasn't a horror maze. None of them were horror mazes. It was more of an experience. There was a few jump scares. In fact, platform 15 was incredible. It was. I mean, from the lighting, the smoke was just spot on, and you have these big fern trees, and it just looks something out of a horror film. I mean, it was incredible. And I wish that I could have filmed there to take you guys along. But it was just really weird. And I think what's happened, I think the storyline is that I think the zombies, I want to say zombies, they're probably not. But as you're walking through, you just see them and they do this weird like, with their teeth. And they start banging on the kind of, you know, the fencing and stuff. Wow. Incredible. It is. You kind of just do like a U-turn. I think that's all it is. But you have like, you have sheds there where people jump out from. Overall, it was good. It wasn't jumpy. You were more aware of who's going to jump out of where. But they never did. Using your own imagination. And I like that kind of turn on it. Instead of just people just jumping out constantly. Don't get me wrong, they did. And it was really, really good. But overall, and then you kind of, you finish off and you do see the conductor there. And he's there going, you know, he doesn't really do much. And you got this big bright light. And you can't barely see anything. I mean, the lighting and the sound effects and the smoke machine, A-class. 10 out of 10. I cannot grumble one single bit. And as you're heading towards out, you are heading back into Creek Freak, Unchained area again. And there they are, mate. With the chainsaw and the chasing you around again. Absolutely brilliant. I loved this. I thought it was great. Don't go in there thinking it's going to be like a horror maze, because it's not. It's all outdoors. I think there's like 1 or 2 areas when you're indoors. Not too sure, to be fair. I'm trying to remember. This is what happens when you do so many horror mazes. You got to try and fit it all in. Oh, well. And then 8 o'clock comes along, and then we start to do our second and final maze. Roots of All Evil. Yeah, not too impressed with this one. It's very similar to Platform 15, but it was more on, I think it was like the army, and then you had zombies again, I think, or monsters or something, but they were coming through the trees and stuff. It's very freaky. It's very weird. They use the same like smoke effects with the trees and stuff. Don't get me wrong, visually it looks gorgeous, but I just wasn't feeling it, to be fair. I'd say it's one of the weakest ones if I was to kind of vote it, which is really a shame, really, because I've heard such high things about this particular maze. If I was to choose one or the two, which one was up there, I would say Platform 15. Unfortunately, we had an incident where it stopped. Don't know why. Lights came on, had this announcement on for 15 minutes. This guy just kept saying the same thing. It was on a loop for 15 minutes. I was like, this is a horror maze itself, just listening to this guy's voice over and over and over and over for 15 minutes. Still don't know what cracked off, which was the sad thing about it all, is because we were enjoying it, went around the corner, and that was the end of it. So it was kind of like, all right, okay then, fair dues. It was okay. It was one of the weakest, I would say. So we did that one, and we were just walking about, and then we thought, what is that over there? And it's where the Angry Birds 4D cinema is. And it was called Screamplexx, something like that. I'll put it on the screen. Cinema. Wow, this was incredible. I mean, it's something what we needed after a while. We've been walking around for ages, and we were just like, yeah, we need to sit down now. And we get in there, we sit down, and the director's there. So we get in there, and there's a guy there, and no one is breaking character at all. We told to stand in a certain way, and he's there going, what are you doing there? Get up here now, you idiot. So we're like, okay then. So we're walking up there. It's a horror film. I'm gonna spoil it for you guys. It's a horror film. Well, it's 2 horror films, like short films it is, and it's great. I mean, even I was a bit like, your seats move like back, forward. You got air in your face now and then. You get things what tickle your legs and stuff. As this film's going on as well, you do have actors all the way around this 4D cinema, crawling on the seats. And I mean, I was too engrossed in watching this cinema, this film. And there's an actor right here going, hello. Wow, did I scream loud. I mean, it was really, really good. They brought people onto the stage as well right at the beginning, made fun of them. It was just, you have to do it. I don't know how regular it is. I don't know if it's every hour or every few hours or something, but if you do get a chance to go there, make sure you do, because it's really, really good. And it's very gory, very gory. I mean, the short film we watched is probably one of the best horror films I've watched. I mean, it was really creepy. They really gone all out for this particular short film, for the horror. It was called like Stitches. I want to say Stitches. I think it's called Stitches. And then you had a second one, which I completely forgotten, but it didn't last that long. I think it only lasted for about 2 or 3 minutes, I think it was. But yeah, if you do get a chance, I think you're in there for about 25 minutes. So make sure you do check that out, because it was really good, to be fair. But overall, it was really good. The mazes, I don't want to call them mazes because they weren't mazes. I would say they were more experiences. They lasted for about 7 minutes each, so they weren't too bad. The entertainment itself, that lasted for about a good 5 minutes. It was 5 or 6 minutes itself. The scare zones were fantastic. Overall, I cannot wait for 2021. Take my money, because me and Lewis had such an incredible time at Fright Nights for the first time at Thorpe Park. I would have wore some merch, but the queue was ridiculously long. That whole day was. It was so busy. Even the people queuing out of the toilets. Overall, guys, a 10 out of 10 performance for everyone there. Brilliant. I'm sure I'm forgetting something, but if I do forget something, make sure you do comment below, and I will, you know, comment back as much as I can do. Guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you are new to the channel, make sure you do subscribe and hit that bell icon every time we upload a new video. You will be notified. Also, you can follow us on our social medias on Instagram and Facebook. We also like to have a discussion through our Discord, so make sure you do check us out over there at CoasterDan. Guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Take care and happy Halloween.